So we're going to do an exercise in reality. At this point in time, I'm working on another build for the 50 series. And when you read the comments that are being made here, you'd think I'm crazy. Like, why would I even be bothering with doing something like that if what this audience member wrote is actually true or accurate? So the very first question that they asked, or I guess their statement says, there are multiple issues with PC gaming. At this point, what they're referring to is some part of my video where I talked about the competition. I mentioned some data pulled by Circana where around 2016, maybe even 2015, the PC gaming industry was growing. But the biggest change was from 2016 through 2018, where the market basically doubled or almost doubled its growth, which was insane because if we look at what industry leaders are saying, like Sean Layden and some out there, the market for gamers is actually quite small. Not a lot of people are actually engaging in terms of, the market from a new gamer perspective. However, PC has outdone consoles and is, basically second place to mobile at this point. And so there's some reason to believe that the PC gaming market is now basically the target for the console manufacturers themselves, seeing that they're bringing their games on there, seeing how Steam market share is actually massive. Now, this audience member of mine said that there are multiple issues with PC gaming. The first one they listed was price. Now, to that, we've easily debunked that because that's a whole bunch of hokey. I built a $650 gaming PC and I put the parts on PC Part Picker. It beats the PlayStation 5 because we know what the CPU capacity of the PS5 and Xbox are like. And for the GPU, uses a 6750 XT, which is a $300 mid-range GPU that AMD sells. Is still available. When you put the prices together, look at SSDs, power supply, your case, and all of the above, the build came out to be around $650. In fact, right now, as I'm speaking to you, you can get that same build for about $630, which is much a better value than the PlayStation 5 and PS5 Pro. Why? You don't pay subscription services. Price is not necessarily something that I would look at if I was talking about the PC platform. Again, you can do your research and you can find out that that is just a perception that a lot of people have actually been led to believe. Now, where is this coming from? I've listened to a lot of content creators, especially those who are on the console side. No offense to them. But for the most part, because many of them are not so aware of, the PC platform, and I'm not saying that they're noobs or whatever, they're just not interested. They've basically categorized a lot of things based on their own perception and understanding, which has been really weird to try to get the reality across. Because I'll see many of them say things like, you need a $1,000 or a $2,000 PC to be able to match the console proposition. There's one on Twitter named A through Q that always posts long posts. If you want to know who I'm talking about, that's their MO. They'll post like freaking essays at the end of the day. And this person, I've seen them say some really weird stuff about the PC platform. And I'm like, really? You got to spend that much money to build a PC that can, beat the console? Then you don't know what you're talking about. Neither do you know how to build a PC properly. Again, this is not like a shade on them. It's just they're coming from a position of ignorance, but they're too confident about, how ignorant they are in this particular, issue. They said casual gamers prefer to play on the big screen. You can play on the big screen with a PC. In fact, sitting behind me, I wish I could take a picture for you, is a build. This is one of my, I used to game on it, but then I started using it as a backup for, pulling stuff from our game development repo. And it's got an RTX 4080. I had an old Ryzen 9 3900X, and it's connected to a 4K TV that my daughter accidentally ordered from me. I have a little baby girl, and I was looking at it, and she accidentally ordered it. And I was like, well, you bought it, so I'm going to have to, check it out. So, yeah, it's connected to a big screen if that's what you're worried about. Again, what happened to HDMI knowledge? Why did everybody all of a sudden forget that, HDMI actually exists on a PC? It's either they don't know. I'm very honest. Like, it's really shocking how, even back in 2016, I remember my very first, PC build. Like, I did not even bother buying a monitor for years. Like, I used a TV. I used a 32-inch Sony TV. Yes, that Sony TV, was nice because it used to respond to my PlayStation. When I turned my PlayStation on, it would turn that TV on because, they had that little thing going. And that's the TV I used at first. It was an HD TV to actually, do my first set of YouTube videos and all of the above. And it was nice because, TV has a speaker. It actually is. Hey, those of you that play on PC, you gotta admit that a TV that can get the job done is quite nice because now you don't have to connect any external, speakers or whatever. It just comes with its own internal speakers, or maybe you have your sound system hooked up to it and it gets the job done. That's also another misconception based on perception. Interesting stuff. Let's keep looking at what is being said in this comment. It's very nice. They said this: majority of games on PC, or games are not optimized on PC, and only a small fraction of PCs out there are as powerful or more powerful than the PlayStation 5 and PS5 Pro or the Series X. Okay, let's look at these two statements. Number one, majority of games are not optimized on PC. Now, I got to ask this person, how many games do you think actually are on PC? The 6 or 5 that you've heard about their optimization and you're yelling, Jedi Survivor, Alan Wake, which other games are actually busted or broken? Let's just say 12. No, let's just say 20. No, let's just say 50, right? Now, let me show you some data because, again, perception is very easy to cook up if you're not well aware as to what's going on. This year alone, there have been 17,171 games launched on Steam. Look at it. You see, as a console player, you don't necessarily know about this world. You see, and no offense, you're in a very small bubble. Many games are not available to you. And most of these games are played on the PC platform. In fact, we can look and see the games. Let's see. Let's view the top rated games on 2024. Look at this. It says there have been 17,000. And guys, we're still in November, bro. Like, we're in November with a big, massive week and a few days left. And I've been telling you that this number will probably hit 18,000. Remember, guys, the last time we looked at it, it was 17,080 something. Now it's over 100. There have been 20 something games released in about 48 hours on Steam. And this person said that most games are not up to majority. You know what majority of 17,000 would be? Yeah, that's a lie. You have no idea what the data actually shows. Let's go ahead and look and see. Let's see if we can actually filter the games that are coming out. Okay, yeah. So here are the games, the price points. You can go ahead and basically change up the list and you can see pretty much a bunch of these games. Now, yes, many of them are indie games, but most of these games are smoking games like Lego Horizon Adventures. Duh. I mean, have you seen the Steam DB charts? Have you seen the games that are actually on the top, list? Right? I mean, if we go down, Lego Horizon Adventures is nowhere to be found, right? And most of these games are, PC games. And so, again, when you think about it, you can't use a bubble talk mentality to judge what the PC gaming industry is. Where is Until Dawn? It ain't here. Blown out of the water. Then third-party games as well. So you got to really understand that the PC platform is... You'll be shocked. And then they said only a small fraction of PCs out there are as powerful or more powerful as the PlayStation 5 Pro or Xbox Series X. You have no data to support that. And I know what you're going to say. You're going to say the Steam hardware survey shows that more people are using the 3060. See, the 3060 is excellent at what it does at 1080p. High refresh rate, the CPUs that a lot of gamers use, you don't know, you're not aware. And so I know that's what you want to come out and cite, right? That the RTX 3060, which actually the number has reduced, people using the 3060. Now the numbers that are going up is more in the 40 series of people using more and more of those GPUs. And a lot of gamers actually play at 1080. Look at it right here. This is the highest. Do you know why a lot of gamers play at 1080? Because they play high refresh rate, high FPS. That's what they play for the most part. They play at FPS that the PlayStation 5 and Series X cannot even be talked about in the same conversation. So they have a solid CPU, a solid GPU, the 3060 being one that is excellent at 1080, and these guys can render hundreds of FPS for almost any video game. So again, you on the console, you don't even see your FPS. You have no FPS counter to be able to even tell what the quality of your games are from an FPS perspective. So to say that majority of the PCs are more powerful, you've seen the games that are being played on PC, right? They're not your high 3D, high rendering, games out there. Many of these games don't require a lot of hardware. If they did, most PC players would make the move to buying the hardware that's needed. That's not a problem for them because, again, because of how modular the PC is, because of an entire ecosystem that you don't even know about, like AliExpress, eBay, players can upgrade their hardware for the games they need. This is a misconception that has flown so high. I've just been looking at it going, by the time it loses steam, it's going to crash into 1 trillion pieces when it hits the ground under the weight of gravity. It's a lie. Or I guess I would say it's a miscategorization of the data. And then they said this. This is where this person made a mistake. This person does not know about a PC platform. They said that's why majority of PlayStation exclusives on PC sell like crap. They can't run these games. That's not true. What makes these PlayStation games actually flail is because PlayStation is shooting itself in the foot on a platform that has 17,000 games in 2024. They are playing games. A platform that releases 1,000 games, PlayStation is coming out saying, hey, for you to play our single player games, you need a PlayStation Network. PC players are stubborn. You know why they're stubborn? They spend their hard-earned cash scarving through the internet to build their own computers, and no one is going to tell them what to do. So these PlayStation games, since they've started having these PlayStation requirements, I think Ghost of Tsushima was the one that people said, we'll probably take it. But after that, I've seen a trend. Go look at God of War Ragnarok and such. And guys, do you know the hardware that's required to play these PlayStation games are actually way less than what you need a PS5 for? Let's look at God of War Ragnarok. Let's look at what its own PC requirements is on the minimum settings. Because again, you're not paying attention. You're throwing stuff out there, right? For the minimum requirements, it requires you to have a GTX 1060 or an RX 5500. Have you looked on eBay to see what a GTX 1060 costs? Let me show you. It's like $50. It really is like $50. Look at it. You can buy this darn thing for $20. $20, $50 GPU. Again, most people are not aware of how the PC industry works. And then the same problem Square Enix is facing with their Final Fantasy games. No, their Final Fantasy games were locked on consoles and on PlayStation, and PlayStation players didn't buy them. Whew. This is sometimes hard to do with somebody packed in with so much of a misconception that they've been fed. And honestly, as much as I don't watch a lot of the talking heads on console, because I'm busy, obviously, what I watch, I have to sometimes roll my eyes, and I can't comment, I can't say anything because, at the end of the day, I'm wondering, do they not know? You know what I mean? I'm wondering, are they not aware that you can build a $500 gaming PC that would excel at 1080p, and that's all you need? You buy yourself a nice high refresh rate monitor or TV. Some of the console players have $800, $900, $1,000 TVs. I don't have a $1,000 TV. Got a 4090 though, got a 4080 though, got some really nice PC builds, but I'm not giving any TV company $800 for a screen because we have different priorities. So for someone to say that, console gaming is expensive when they have a $1,000 OLED that they got on sale for like $899, and then I'm looking like, what? You pay $899 for an OLED, and then PC gaming is expensive? Come on. We have to be real, because I don't know if you know, many people have been talking about this particular PS5 Pro. And one thing a lot of people are saying is, well, you need to play it on a better TV to be able to see the difference. On a console, you just need a $100 monitor. And you get 300 on a PC, sorry. You get 300 FPS if you know what you're doing for very little. So I'm glad that we're able to put this to rest. I hope a lot of people watch this video. Shout out to the person who commented. I kept your username, out of the picture, but I think a lot of folk who play on console are very misinformed about PC. I don't know if there's no way I can say without it being, off-putting, but we just saw just right here in this one comment that somebody put out how bad it is. Talk to me in the comment section, guys. Peace out.